When does a band sell out?
I think a band sells out when they stop doing what's true to them and they start doing what's going to make them money or get them popular or follow whatever the next trend is.
I think when you go against your original ideals or what you set out to do, or if you go against what you believe in, that's really when you sold out. It's going to be different from band to band, but I remember like the Bouncing Souls, they used to have like these anti-MTV shirts and suddenly Olay is on MTV. Well, that's fucking selling out.
I feel like a band sells out when they stop making music that they enjoy and they make music just to make money.
I would ultimately say when a band sells out is when they completely change their sound specifically to meet what they feel is going to be popular. Case in point, Sugar Ray, great first album, had some really hard songs, had one big hit on it, and then just based all the rest of their albums off of that one hit. So to me, that's when somebody sells out, is when they decide to start making music for what other people like and not for what they want.
When they do what the record label is asking rather than make the music that they would like to make. I don't think finding new ways to make money is selling out, like doing commercials and stuff like that, but when they decide to give up what they originally wanted to do.
That's a good point, yeah, because a lot of people bring up just money, and that's what it's all about. You want to make a living off what you're doing, but
And
totally.
sometimes you have to, do other things to make that money, but if you're giving up your originality just
to get bigger,
to further your career, then it turns into a job.
I think that's a very subjective question. A lot of people think a band sells out, when they become popular, or if they change their music style, or, there's multiple reasons that people think a band can sell out. I think that if they don't stay true to themselves, that's when a band truly sells out. That could really vary as well. Maybe a band changes their style because that's what they feel, and that's what they feel is true to themselves. Everyone else may feel it's a sellout move, but maybe that's what was true to their hearts. So to me, it's just too subjective for me to actually give a real answer for it.
I think it's subjective. Like, if a band wants to make it big, they may need to evolve commercially. It's just part of the business. It's the nature of the beast. Selling out could be whether they're making money and they change their sound. It could also be if they change their attitude towards their local audience. So it's always important for people to remember their roots.
To me, I think a band sells out when they stop doing things that are in line with their artistic endeavors and more in line with making money. So essentially, once a band's focus becomes how much money am I going to make off of this music rather than doing it because it fulfills them, and doing it because it's still soulful and it's something that feeds them intrinsically. That's what I think selling out is. I think there's also kind of a misconception with selling out where bands become big and they start getting a lot of popularity and they start playing bigger shows and people are like, oh, they're selling out. And it's like, not necessarily. That could just mean that they're doing better for themselves and that they're, increasing their fan base and essentially growing. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're selling out just because they're playing big shows or because they're more popular.